So this month I was in London, England, specifically for Tenacious D concerts, one right after the other,
Wow.
with my husband. And the backstory to that is just that, I run the Israel Tenacious D tribute band. And we've sold out 2 shows 2 years in a row.
Wow.
700 fans coming in and going crazy. We got footage of all our fans, we got footage of all these Tenacious D fans cheering, "Bring the D to Israel," into our camera after the show that we put on. And we were always planning on going to these concerts in London, and we wanted to go to both just to up our chances of meeting Jack and Kyle.
Wow.
And
2 in a row, one after the other.
yeah, like on a Saturday night and a Sunday night. And because, we were in the general standing area at the front, anybody can be at the very, very front looking at the stage as long as you get there enough hours ahead of time.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we did. We were psycho.
You slept over from Saturday to Sundays.
Well, we didn't have to because listen, you're gonna melt. This is the greatest. For anybody who loves Jack Black or appreciates rock or rock comedy, like this is just nuts. So we are, we're living in Israel. I'm married to an Israeli. So of course, this amazing footage that we got of our audience cheering, "Bring the D to Israel," we edited into like a killer video, 1-minute video. And, the message of the whole video was, "Hey, Jack and Kyle, we love you. Come to Israel." This is our whole campaign. And we edited in time for our first concert, and we send it out to all the contacts that we have, pushed people to get.
Yeah.
And we have, sorry that this story is coming out long.
No.
Okay, great. So we had actually on file their tour manager's email, and we sent this video to them, and we said, "Hey, we're in London. Is there any meet and greet? What's going on? Look at all the love in Israel for Jack and Kyle. They must come to Israel. Look at this audience." And we go to the concert. We send out all these emails. We go to the concert. We forget about it. They've never answered us before.
Yeah.
We were just playing our odds.
Snobbish musicians.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know how it is. Celebs. Jack Black is an A-list
That's right.
Hollywood celebrity. This is not like whatever. So we get there. Hadar's like, my husband is like, "Oh, I have Wi-Fi. I'm just going to check to see what the status is on the email." What do you know? We open the email, and she has answered us saying, "Are you here in the red metallic onesie?" Which is what I wore in the video on stage.
Wow.
And which is what I was wearing. What are your last names? And we are leaving 2 passes for you at the box office.
No way.
And we're like, passes?
Passes for backstage?
Well, exactly. Like, that's exactly what we were freaking out about. We were like, passes? What does that mean? Was that VIP passes? Is that backstage passes? We don't know. And
Is it just a free beer?
like, what's going on? And we go to the backstage. We go to the box office. Turns out we get backstage passes. And I'm like showing them to everybody and like all the security guards' faces. I'm like, "Does this mean we're going backstage? What does this mean?" Oh! And I refused to believe that we were going backstage or that we were meeting Jack and Kyle until it actually happened. Am I allowed to swear here?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah?
Sure. There's no there is no God. I mean, maybe maybe there is God, but not here.
Right. Okay. So no need to filter myself. So we get backstage and we're waiting, and I still don't believe that we're about to meet them. And what do you know? We're led downstairs, and there's a door open, and I see Jack, and he's like sweating. He just got out of the shower.
What was he doing?
He was greeting the people ahead of me.
What do you mean with from the shower? Like with a towel?
No. He was after the show. This is half an hour after the show. His hair is wet from a shower. He's clothed, but like I'm with 20 other fans who all got backstage stuff. Me and my husband and I. And we see him. I think I'm about to have so much to say to him because he's my role model, right? Like, I really look up to him beyond. He is my role model in comedy, in my idol in comedy and in music. And I love him. And my mind went blank. and I started to cry like immediately.
Makes sense.
And when he saw us, he knew who we were.
Wow.
Isn't that
like he saw the video?
He saw the video. He looked at me. He was like, I was in my crazy outfit, which is a tight red metallic onesie.
Whoa.
And devil horns.
Onesie.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's like, wow, look at you. You should have been on stage with us.
Oh.
And I was like, you shut your mouth. And he also said, Israel, of course, we're coming.
What?
Yes.
Really?
And I don't know if you would have seen the video that kind of went viral here. After that show, we posted it.
I would in the future.
In the future, you're going to see it. You're going to see it today.
Yeah.
My husband, he's brilliant. I was like paralyzed. I didn't know what to do. But my husband was able to take out his phone and be like, hey, Jack, hey, Kyle, what do you want to say to your audience in Israel? And we didn't tell them anything to say. And what they said was, we're coming.
Wow.
They're like, hey, Israel, get ready. We're coming. These guys convinced us.
So, why do you do anything afterwards?
There's no reason to do anything afterwards.
And it's like you're done in this world.
That's exactly typically how I end the story. God bless you. I'm typically like, and my life mission is complete now. I can die.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And no reason for this podcast, so we can go home.
Exactly.
So, Rennie Grinchpan.
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
So your name is Rennie. Your husband's name is Hadar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really happy you guys play with this gender-free naming in the family.
נכון, כולם צוחקים על זה.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And now we discovered that you know Hebrew. So once in a while you promise to say something in Hebrew, just so we know that you have more languages than we do.
אין מצב, דווקא, all Israelis know way better English than my Hebrew.
זה נכון.
Wow.
Yeah, because you try to live in grow up in a country where we used to have like one TV channel, half the time speaking in Hebrew, all the rest is in English, and then you figure out like you're not the world. So you're an entertainer. I don't know, is that a real job? We'll try to figure it out, how you got to this point and why you think it's a real job and what your parents think about it. And always asked a question on this podcast. So let's just give the music some respect, okay? I'll see you in a sec.
Yeah. One time, look. Ring the alarm, hot ass nigga. Yeah. Big ass head so my dreams get bigger. Yeah. Big campaign strong so my flows get sicker. Yeah. Confidence bigger than a drunk ass nigga. Look,
so what's up, Rennie? Yeah, the music happened.
Oh, great.
It's not like I'm starting to singing, you know, it's in the edit.
I thought you were going to like play a...
Yeah, it looks like a DJ, but it's something that I don't touch, otherwise it doesn't work. It's not a DJ deck, no. So what's up?
Everything's great. I'm really happy to meet you.
I'm happy to meet you. Like, you're kind of a celebrity in Israel, is that right?
A little bit, but it's mostly based on Israeliyot, which is something that has kind of died. So
yeah, but it did work well, no? It's a YouTube show. What is it? Israeliyot.
It became a YouTube channel. It started on Facebook, and I didn't produce it or anything. I joined up with other people who produced it and edited and filmed it and really, really, really talented team of people. And
what was the concept?
The concept was, kind of BuzzFeed style, like let's gather a diverse group of women and have everybody talk so that the audience can relate to at least one of these women. And we just talk about life and love and all kinds of bull in between. And really whatever we want, unfiltered.
And it worked really well, I guess.
It worked really well. People really connected. I still get stopped on the street all the time about this.
So was that your big boom in Israel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
So let's go backwards, back in time to where you're like teenage not in Israel, right?
Not in Israel, in Toronto, Canada.
Canada. where it's really cold.
Yes, but everybody's so warm and nice.
And good Asian food, right?
Mamash, נכון.
Yeah, I've been there once, and all I remember is good Asian food.
Really good.
Sorry for the Canadian heart.
It's very multicultural there. You know, you have immigrants there. All of Canada is immigrants.
Yeah.
So they all bring their food and they know
So
what
you're
they're
the
doing.
Jewish immigrants.
My grandparents, yeah.
Came from?
From my mom's side, came from Eastern Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Eastern European Jew, חד משמעית, 100%. You know, גם מהצד של אבא שלי, אבל הם פשוט עברו לארץ אחרי המלחמה, וההורים מהצד של אמא שלי עברו לקנדה.
כן.
וזהו, לא יודעת. You know, Toronto. I don't know how much of myself, I guess, yeah, we all formed when we were young. Sure, yeah, okay.
So you grew up there thinking you'll be an actress or entertainer or whatever you are, many things?
No.
So what do you want to be?
Well, it's funny because you asked, what do your parents think about everything that you're doing?
Yes.
And they love it. They really...
What you're doing right now?
Yes. And they're really proud and they love it and they're excited for me and they're excited that I'm doing what I love. And actually...
They're not Jewish of them.
I know. האבא שלי תמיד אמר לי, במשך כל הילדות שלי, תעשי מה שאת אוהבת, תעשי מה שאת אוהבת, תעשי מה שבא לך. Actually, I feel like the person who stopped me from doing what I truly love right away was me.
Yeah. So wait. It's a funny moment because you are a millennial, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. And then your dad was Abu Millennial because he was your father and he told you what they tell millennials, like just do what you love.
Mm-hmm.
And you are one of these annoying people who actually did what they love and they do what they love and it works.
Yes.
That's good.
And I was lucky enough that, you know, I guess for most people in this world, it wasn't late, quote unquote, but for me, it sure felt like a late start because I didn't really start into, you know, freelancing as a creative, which is exactly the start of my process, until I was 25 and living in Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
After I had spent 6 years in New York City.
Doing what?
I went to NYU to study history, and then I went to Columbia Journalism School.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you wanted to be what?
I didn't know, and I was trying different things on, and I thought that acting was out of the question, or trying to be on camera was out of the question, because all of my friends in New York, first of all, I had like a few instances in Toronto as a teenager where I kind of said I had done musicals all my life at my camp and at my dance school and all these things. And something happened in high school. There were a few instances that like just, you know, broke my ego a little bit. Like I got bad roles. I started to get like bad feedback from certain, you know, play directors.
So you thought it's not for you.
So I was like, you know what, enough. I'm not going to do this.
So, you know, I think it's horrible that we listen so much in the teenagehood to grown-up people or authorities like this teacher in high school.
Totally.
And then it actually affects our career.
Totally.
So you thought you're not going to be a good enough actor?
Also, that, as well as, you know, I ended up going to NYU, and my first year there, all of my friends were in musical theater. All of my friends were actresses by default, because that's, you know.
Like unemployed actresses?
No, like they were studying acting at NYU, where I was studying history. And
that's funny. Probably
yes.
Today they're not actresses.
Actually, they are, but they're struggling. Like, you know.
Yeah. They are in NY?
In New York, yeah. And one of
part of
them's
the
in
culture.
LA. Yeah. And I thought, you know what? This is such a crowded, overstocked, competitive industry.
Yeah.
Why put myself through this? There's no stability guaranteed for me at the end of this. Meanwhile, you grow up and you realize every fucking industry is overstocked and competitive.
Well,
and you may as well be in the one that you love, because everything is fucking hard.
That's right. I mean, you maybe wanted to be a historian. I'm not sure that's crowded. but there's not too much.
But I'll tell you what, it is crowded for the amount of jobs that are available for fucking historians.
Yeah, that's
'Cause,
what I
like,
meant.
What is there to do? What, a professor and or work in a museum or some shit or a library? Like, great. What a life. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. It is for some people. It's
Yeah.
great.
No, it's great life, but it's horrible that, and also, so how did you deal with it? Like, you said 6 years in New York, so 6 years is what took you to complete these 2 degrees, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so during studies,
With a gap year in the middle for where I worked at an art gallery.
so for these 6 years, what were your thoughts about career, if any? Like, did you think, hey, I'm still not sure what I want to do?
Exactly. I
Okay.
was like, I don't know. I'm trying stuff on. It took me a while to pick my major. I wasn't even sure about history. I just wanted, to settle on something. I knew I liked writing and researching, and I am very good with words. Like, my journalist friend just stayed over and I was correcting her grammar. Like, I am like a stickler. Like, that works for me. But I'm not sure, journalism school also was kind of this like, okay, I'm going to try on another hat. Journalism school I kind of saw as like storytelling school,
Yeah.
which is also something that I still kind of do,
Right.
like I
That's right.
definitely still tell stories. So, and I learned how to work a video camera there and edit video there. I focused on video journalism. So that really, I've been using video skills for the past 6 years straight out of my second degree, nonstop. So it was definitely worthwhile. And it opened doors for me, those skills that I got through journalism school. So I don't regret that. And I think everything, everybody gets to their thing when they're supposed to.
Yeah. That's such an optimistic and unrealistic sentence. I love it.
I am.
Most people don't. I'm sorry to.
You know what? I'm sorry. You're right. Actually, it's true.
Or maybe they will at the age of 130, but it never happens. But wait. I'm not trying to bug you. So.
By the
so
way,
why-
I'm hot now. Hold on.
Okay. I'm getting the AC. Good. That's gonna be too cold, but we'll play with it later on again. So wait. Why did you leave New York? Where did you live in New York?
Why did I leave New York?
First, where did you live in New York?
Oh, I lived all over Manhattan. Like, for NYU, I lived on Washington Square in the dorms first, and then I lived at Gramercy the next year, and then which is like 23rd and 3rd.
Yeah.
I lived in the Lower East Side with my sister for 2 years, and then I lived in the East Village for a year, and then I finished it up again in Greenwich Village for my last year.
You didn't move to Brooklyn.
No, I was a spoiled little brat. I was like, you can't take me out of Manhattan. No.
So why did you leave? I mean, or what for?
Oh, no. Well, yeah. I was getting sick of New York anyway, but I actually left to move to Tel Aviv to move in with my now husband,
Oh, so you met him there?
who I had met. No, after I got into grad school, I decided to celebrate with a trip to Israel. הייתי מבקרת את הארץ כל חיי, כל קיץ, באתי לבקר את הדודים שלי ובני דודים שלי. ויש לי מלא חברות פה, דרך הבת דודה שלי. I don't know, we all met at a bar that summer after, I had gotten into grad school before I started. And חברה אחת שם הביא את בעלי.
Avanti.
And I peed in front of him, and it was love at first sight. That was it.
Yeah, why not? Makes sense.
And we decided, we fell in love really fast, and we kind of don't even remember how we got to the agreement that I would move there the year after as soon as I finished my studies. Maybe I was, yeah, probably. And that was it. Like we did long distance for a year in my last year in New York.
Wow.
at grad school.
And it worked.
And it worked. It worked because we had the end date. We were like, yes, we are together long distance
Wait.
until June when I moved to Israel.
So you both knew that you are moving much ahead of time. Okay,
Mm-hmm,
good. So you moved in and it's like, it's Israel. Like, what would you do here with your Columbia journalism degree?
That was a concern. Talk about parents' concern. That was a concern for my parents. They were like, you're graduating from Columbia.
Yeah.
You could feasibly apply for jobs at all these reputable, news channels and everything.
Yeah.
And instead, you're going to Israel. Like
Where they think Colombia is just this country in South America.
Exactly. No, so I tried to, because I had focused on video journalism and mini docs, that was exactly what I tried to do here. And actually, we're in Google for startups right now. I did a short documentary on Campus for Moms. At Google, you know how they have startup classes or learning how to be like an entrepreneur for women on maternity leave.
Yeah, and you can come with your baby, which is really cute. Seriously.
That is cute, and that was why I was filming everyone, but that's not.
Okay.
And one of the women there, it wasn't a feasible way to make like a steady income. So at that point, actually, I decided I'm going to look for an office job, also to make friends. Like when you move to a new country, you want to make friends. If you're freelance and live at home,
And not just your cousin's friends, because that's her friends.
Exactly. And also not just your husband's friends, because and so
you're gonna have so many enemies after this one.
No, oh my God, I love you all.
Yeah. So you looked for an office job?
I looked for an office job, and one of the women that I had interviewed at Campus for Moms recommended me to Yaniv Tross at Tross Creative House. Do you know him?
Yeah, he was on the podcast, and he's a friend.
I'm so in love with him.
Yeah, for a good reason.
He knows.
For many good reasons.
I just saw him yesterday. I recorded another voiceover for one of his animated videos yesterday. I love that man. That man is the reason that I'm sitting here as like with a name to you, in quotes. Like,
how does it make sense? Because you went to work for him, so...
I went to work for him. As you know, his company does in-house video production.
Yeah. If you didn't listen to the episode with Yaniv Tross, you must. He's brilliant.
He is brilliant, and he's so sweet. And, I love his story because he has no secondary education. He was an actor and a comedian and a club promoter and like whatever. And he took a huge gamble on opening that startup, and just because he believed in himself.
Yeah.
And I think he can look at other people and do that. He can see the potential in everybody around him. And he's also in the startup scene, so gambling's no big deal. Like, he does it every fucking day.
Yeah.
And he saw me. I had never written creatively before, and he still hired me for a creative job and as a content writer for him. And then...
Just a sec. What do you do as a content writer?
Oh, yeah.
Like in a creative agency?
All kinds of stuff. I wrote video scripts for product videos.
So can you mention an example so listeners can imagine? So what's a product? They had these drones, no?
Well, I'll tell you. That's right, Percepto.
Yeah.
No, but I'll tell you. I don't remember. To be honest, I don't remember scripts that I wrote, but I remember a video that I acted in for him that my friend Ussie wrote, Livia.
Okay.
Do you remember the Livia? So
No.
I was in the Livia video. That was.
So what's the product?
The product is like this tech gadget thing that actually it's like a non-hormonal solution for period cramps for women, and it's actually tech. You like stick it onto your uterus, which is like your lower stomach, and there's like electric currents that work and like ease your period cramp pain.
Nice.
I know, it's really wild. We had all kinds of cool stuff like that. We worked on lots of Indiegogo and Kickstarter
okay, but
campaigns.
now what happens? There's a brief, right? What's the brief? Like, what's going on? Like, Yaniv gets this client.
And
he says, hey, we have this thing. It makes period hurt less.
And sometimes we can do they would do all kinds of creative for them, from coming up with the name of the product to marketing and branding materials and coming up with the brand language. That what didn't necessarily fall under, I wrote the text for like brand books and stuff, but we also had in-house graphic designers working on stuff like that. We have in-house animators, if they want to do an animated video to promote their product.
Yeah.
That's, I also wrote a lot of text for Indiegogo and Kickstarter campaigns, for websites, for, and
So sometimes you have to be super techy or serious. Sometimes you have to be funny. How do you know to be all these voices?
I had never written creatively before. Tross opened my mind to thinking about things in a new way that I had not before. So it was hard for me at the beginning, I won't lie. Like I felt like kind of a fish out of water, and I wasn't confident about a lot of my ideas. And it was just amazing. Like he saw what I was good at and he put me there, like he ended up using me at first as a voiceover artist for animated stuff. I kept content writing this whole time and I kept improving, but also I acted in the Livia video that I told you about, that crazy product. I ended up also, because I could shoot and edit and be a one-man band videographer from journalism school, I also did that for the Tross Facebook page. I made some videos. And after a year and a half with him, he fired me because he said, not to be so cheesy, but like, I'll never forget, he said, you need to go be a star. Like, I'm going to cry right now.
And
He's
he
so
fired
sweet.
you for that.
Yeah, I love him.
He's the man of the years.
But
all the years.
Yes. And his belief in me, unfortunately, in a sad way, is like what I needed. I needed somebody else outside of me to say like, you're amazing. Go do this.
Yeah.
And so finally I was like, oh my God, I'm going to try to be on camera. I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. I'm like kind of crying.
Because it's your life. It makes sense.
I didn't cry yesterday when I talked about it. And so I started freelancing in like everything I had learned. So I was freelancing film work and editing and script writing and acting, and I even did some fucking modeling.
So your edge was modeling.
Yeah, that was weird.
Nice. So your edge was you have a different voice because you're Canadian, or for most tech people, probably American. They don't know the difference too much. Talking about myself as well. And we are in the startup nation looking for English-speaking, creative, etc. people. But how was it to work with Israeli clients?
The worst. No, I'm kidding. It's great. I'll tell you what. I'm glad actually to have freelanced here because I feel like I really learned how to protect myself. Like,
it's like, I'm so happy I've been to jail because now I know how to protect myself.
Well, because I love Israelis. God bless you. But there's lots of instances where I'm like, come on, like, how can you be asking me that like this late in the game, like after we've closed money or after we closed that,
Like, give me an example.
I'm afraid to.
Okay.
But I've definitely had people, for example, like somebody threatened to sue me. Like there was a lot of shit.
Gosh.
But also to be fair, I was new at freelancing and being entrepreneurial in that sense.
Yeah.
And like, there was a lot I didn't know. So I'm not saying that like all of it was totally unfounded,
Right.
It's all a learning process.
And then how did you feel about your choice to move to Israel? Still good?
Yeah. Oh
Good.
my God.
I'm just checking, no?
There is so much I couldn't have become successful this fast. Because I was talking about this yesterday in the speech that you missed, which is kind of blah, blah, blah. So within 6 months of starting to freelance, I reached Yisraeliyot with this incredible team, and all these super experienced editors and some of the best in the country, editors, directors, producers. And in no other country and I think this is because Israel is so small,
Mm-hmm.
would I have been able to, within 6 months of starting to freelance, get my image onto the computer screens of some of the best in the country,
Yeah.
and then ultimately, and then a day later, collaborate with them, and then everybody has their role, and I'm not struggling anymore to fill multiple roles as a videographer. You know, you have to be a real one-man show in that when you do
Yeah.
produce videos independently. And I didn't have to do that anymore. This weight was lifted off me, and and it was with incredibly talented people. So that was how the success happened, and I attribute it all to being in a place like Israel.
That's amazing. So there's one thing I mentioned it in my book, and I'm trying to mention it in my lectures. By the way, the funny story is that yesterday we met on stage. You introduced me to the audience, and then there was one slide that I skipped because you gave me only 12 minutes instead of 15.
It wasn't me. It was me.
I
It wasn't
know,
me.
and I
Okay.
don't care.
Okay.
But the thing is that in that one slide, I'm teaching one of the best things I've learned from the guy who created what's the name of this funny animation? Dilbert.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? His name is Scott Adams. And he has amazing things he has written and understood. He knew that Trump is going to be elected before everyone laughed at him, and he said, because he's the best, whatever. And then Scott Adams teaches one great lesson about how to be he is an animator, but not a great one. But he is also a business person. And there's not many animators that know anything about business, but he does. And then here's what he says. He says, how do you get to the top? You have two options. The obvious option, which is try to be the best at what you do. Problem with it is that there's only 1 or 2 or 10 best at what someone does. Okay, so there's only 10 good actors in Israel. There's only 10 good, amazing writers, amazing designers, amazing directors, and so on and so forth. And he said, and everyone else is trying to climb the same way you climb on this ladder, and it's so hard to do. So here's one thing that you could do is that you don't even have to be the best. I'm not trying to say that you're not the best, but you don't even have to be the best if you have one more skill or one more edge that others don't have. And then in the middle of them, that would make you so different that you can be at the top. Okay?
Right.
So with a funny example that I always mention is that I once had a woman talking with me about suing someone that has to do something with her cat. And she couldn't find a lawyer that specializes in cats. And I thought, how the hell? Why isn't there out there a
cat
lawyer?
lawyer.
Yeah, a cat lawyer. And all she knows to do, or he, is getting lawsuits for cats owners. And you don't need a lot of them in Israel to be a millionaire. You just need a few in a week, and you'll be the only one. And if someone will write a lawsuit about cat, your name will pop up because no one else is doing it. Okay, so you don't have to be the best lawyer. You just have to be a lawyer that loves cats,
Totally.
So that's what I mean. So I think in your side, in your story, you are the best. Obviously, you're really good.
Thank you.
And you will be the best because you're still really young. So as you'll get older, you'll be even better and better and better. But meanwhile, you can get to the top because you used your edge, which is I'm a Jewish immigrant from Canada, and I'll be using it as something in הישראליות, the show, and other things. And this is my edge. And that's how it's easier to get to the top. You know what I mean?
Definitely. It's funny though, because I didn't do that consciously. That was totally, they said to me, what do you want to talk about? And I said, I have a lot of material on Israelis because Jesus, I grew up with one. And I really think that I couldn't have gotten the insights about Israel that I had just by living here for the short amount of time I had when Israeliyot started. It really was from a lifetime of coming here every summer, my dad, my cousins, mocking my dad at every freaking turn my whole life. And I don't know, though. It's funny because I didn't do that consciously.
Yeah. No, usually it doesn't happen consciously. You just realize it backwards.
Right.
Yeah.
In hindsight. Yes.
Nice. So what do you do today, like these days?
So these days, freelancing is hard in Israel. It's hard to make ends meet every month, as a freelancer, because you just don't know when you're going to get your next check. I'm lucky, if you will. Yeah, exactly. I'm lucky enough that I got this incredible opportunity at Microsoft to be there part-time and be contributing to their internal communications in creative media, using creative media. So, they have 1,500 employees there. So I am constantly just communicating with the employees, helping the internal communications team reach them, through video and other stuff like that. And, whether it's announcing about like a fun event at Microsoft or something else, like that's half of my week. And the other half, I'm continuing to freelance for all kinds of companies that, it really is amazing. A lot of Israeli companies and brands and Facebook pages and YouTube channels want to create English content because they want to reach American audiences or international audiences. So I'm keeping pretty busy with that as well. And, in terms of like my own personal creative projects that I really want to get off the ground, I've shifted since joining like the Tenacious D tribute band, which was really a passion project because it's not my own content. It's just something I wanted to do for fun. No professional goals attached to that, just the goal of bringing Jack. And now, we're on a first name basis.
Wait, but he didn't come yet.
Okay. Okay.
And the BDS didn't speak to him yet.
Okay, he will come. He has 2 sons that he really wants to bring to Israel. He raises them Jewish. I believe he will come. He has personal stakes.
I didn't know he's Jewish.
Yeah.
His name is Jack Black.
I know. I think he's half Jewish.
Yeah.
Also,
and half black. No. But speaking of which, do you remember the following reference? What do you mean, you people?
Oh my God, where's that from?
It's from Tropic Thunder.
Oh my God.
Where there's this guy who's painted black. It's Iron Man, right?
It's Iron
what's
Man.
his name?
It's Rob Downey Jr.
Yeah. He's painted black, and there's the real black guy.
Next
and then
to him.
I think Jack Black or someone says something racist about black people, and then he says something about you people, blah 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 blah, and then the real black tells him like, what do you mean, you people? Anyways,
it's a good movie.
So he's coming for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's no confirmation.
But you're already married.
But fuck it. I know, but you know what? I have an agreement with my husband. Both of us are it's a free for all, Like Jack Black is the one person.
And Jack Black is the one person you chose.
The one person that by the way, for both of us, like Hadar's like, hey, if he wants to hook up with me, you better allow that. And I'm like, fair. We're good. No problem. Wait, but what were we saying before?
Okay, anyway.
Before Tropic Thunder?
We were talking about your creative things, because that was for passion.
Right. And so now I've realized that I love singing. I love performing on stage. Growing up, I did musicals. That's what I loved. And I want to be in a comedy band. I want to start my own comedy band. And my husband and I started writing songs together, and we go to open mics.
Nice.
And this is my new dream for myself.
So is it going to be in Hebrew or in English?
In English, but...
Hebrew or English?
Or Hebrish.
Hebrish.
I think that not to, disrespect my Israeli audience, but I'm going to try it in English. Just because of even though if I do that, then I'm kind of spitting on exactly what you said my edge was.
Not sure, but we will have to find you a new edge. So wait, before that, do you mean like is your goal is to be international with this band?
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be more digital, viral than real stage.
I mean, it's so not easy to say or plan that something is going to be viral, you know?
Yeah. No, I know. But I mean, what's your fantasy like? Is it because you want it to be international, but you're in Israel, and here, I mean, you can sing in English here, and you might find some people laugh, but it's harder.
I'm sure we'll probably write Gum Vagum in the end. But also, you know, again, I love Israel so much. I've been here for 5 years.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. I never, it's hard for me because I never left Toronto saying, bye, Toronto, fuck you. I never want to see you again. Like, I
Yeah.
loved my childhood. I loved growing up in Toronto. Canada is an incredible country. Like, it's a really amazing country. It's diverse, it's safe, it's clean, amazing public education, amazing healthcare. Toronto is the greenest city in the world. There's parks every 10 minutes walking in the downtown. It is a wonderful place to live. My kids, wouldn't have to worry about defending their country all the time. And we're getting into complicated things, but there's a lot.
No, but you're right.
There's
But you're
lots to
right.
think about,
And what do you think about the new president? I mean,
In
he's
Canada?
not new anymore, but
Oh, he hot.
yeah. But other than that, I mean,
Is there other than that? I'm kidding. No, he's great. I know there's like some pushback in Canada, but the beautiful thing about politics in Canada is that there are so many socialist elements already that are built into our system that are a given. Okay, like it is a given that you can get an abortion for free. It is a given that you can marry your gay partner for 20 odd years now already. Like, these are not things that are in debate.
yeah.
So when a new politician comes in, it's like, what's up for debate? Native people's rights is still an issue. Protecting, natural resources and national
trees.
parks is up there. But for the most part, everybody agrees that compost and recycling and all this should be available everywhere,
Yeah.
and we should all, we all think the same.
Yeah. So it's like La La Land.
It's an amazing place,
And
really.
is it interesting enough for such a energetic person like yourself to live in such a calm place?
It's crazy that you say that. Check out this article that I saw. It was a while ago now, but it stuck with me, about this trend in Canada to produce comedians. And it's because we are laughed at by the world. Like, we're considered like America's hat. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
so if you look at, actually, we have a long, like, Jim Carrey, Mike Myers, Seth Rogen, what's his name? Oh my God, I love him, from Ghostbusters. Like, there's so many, Dan Aykroyd, there's so many Michael Cera, so many successful Canadian comedians, and I'm missing a lot of them right now when I
Yeah.
just said those.
It's okay. I have 0 Canadian
those 5.
listeners. It's fine.
Yeah. And it's because we're always like the butt of a joke. So when you're like, there's something about that element in our culture that has given room for like being able to laugh at ourselves or something. Like, they were analyzing it from a psychological point of view.
Yeah.
Really interesting. Like, I loved it.
So wait, you're going to have a band.
Oh yeah.
It's a comedy band. How do you say?
Comedy band.
Comedy band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Flight of the Conchords or Tenacious D. You like them?
Yes, and unfortunately, not enough people in Israel know them. Once in Purim, me and my buddy, we were Jermaine and
Oh my
Bert,
Brett.
Bert,
Brit.
Bert, and we went all over the Florentine huge party, and we did look like them because That's kind of the lazy way to put on a costume. What you do is you put the clothes, and then for the face, you just print the face and do holes and put it with a rubber on your face. So no one needs to,
Right. No one needs to guess.
Yeah,
They know who you are.
but no one got it. And then in the middle of the festival, there was this group of 12 people, and they were the only one who got it. And they, they did selfies with us, and they were so excited. So yeah, Flight of the Conchords. And so,
What
but
year,
I'm
when did
worried
you do
about
that?
you. Like 7 years ago.
It was too.
6
You're too
years
too
ago.
ahead of your time. Too cool.
Yeah, I know. Always my problem. Anyways, so like, how do you do? How
Wait,
are you gonna do it?
You said you're worried about me.
Yes, because how are you going to do this? It's you want to make it international. You're in the end of the world in some ways, and you are going to choose English. And I'm worried about the brand of this band. You know what I mean? It's like maybe
I
it's
appreciate the concern.
maybe it's about being Jewish. I don't know.
Well,
You could be this Canadian Israeli girl who loves it. Israelis.
well, wait a minute. You're missing one half of the band, which is my husband.
Hadar is there as well.
Yes, and that is our edge: is the fact that we're husband and wife
Okay.
duo,
Okay. Wow.
and we already have all these ideas for marriage fight
Yes, of
songs
course.
and shit like that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
You're
bought.
taking it back.
Yeah, I'm taking it back, and I'm not worried anymore. So now that you're doing video content, like a lot of people are thinking, like, what is really a day of a creator looks like? Like, what is going on? Like, do you just sit down and write creative ideas? Like, how does it really work?
Wow, it's so hard. I was just talking about this with my friend Olivia because I kind of believe that everybody has the potential to be creative. Everybody is creative inside of themselves. It's just whether you've done the personal work to not judge yourself when you first start writing and it comes out like shit.
Yeah.
Because creativity is and good creative content is a quantity game. It's like you never sit down and write and it's great. You know what I mean? No writing process is like that.
Yeah.
Like you always come out with shit and shit and shit and shit. And especially you're your own harshest critic. And to you, none of this is special. And especially if it's comedic, then you read it after the first time you've heard it, it loses all humor.
Right.
Like
Because
you're
there's
like
no surprise.
Exactly. So you're like, ugh, I'm bored of this already. It sucks. And like, that's something I'm still working on. I wrote my husband and I wrote a song about Gal Gadot a year ago that was published. We published
About a what?
about Gal Gadot
Gal Gadot. Yeah.
and how perfect she is that she must die. So we wrote that and it only came out. We wrote that a year ago and we only put out a music video for it 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
And it's because I myself am still going, you're talking, like, I in no way want to preach to other people because I have yet to master this creative process of letting go, like, especially also in creative stuff, you can work on it and perfect it forever. But it's about saying to yourself, this is a reflection of me right now. Yes, it's shit. Everything is shit to me that I read already. Like I've read it too many times. Just put it out. Like that, everybody goes through that feeling that what you're doing is bad and it's not good and it's not funny anymore and whatever and people are not going to care. And then you put it out and you realize that we all take for granted the way our own personal brains work. There are so many lines that I just throw out that to me are like obvious, like obvious observations and obvious things. And I don't think I'm being like, have any special perspective on something. And somebody else will be like, whoa, that's hilarious. I never thought about that. And I'm like, like you take it for granted the way your brain thinks. So So when you just learn to stop judging yourself and understand that even if you think this is bad, next time it'll be better. And the next will be better. And the next will be better. And the only way to get better is to release the last ones.
So
because
wait.
you can't move on to new stuff while you're still working on old stuff forever.
Right. So wait, let's say you wrote a new script for a video, okay? Your self-doco videos, you've done a lot of. Are you trying it on people before you shoot it?
No.
Why not?
You know what? I do consult with certain people, but for the most part, I'll consult with my husband a lot. Actually, I think he's fucking hilarious. He's one of the. I trust his opinion more than anything. But something that I ultimately really want to work on is not consulting him and being comfortable with just me looking at it and me giving the okay on it, because this is our life's journey. You know, all of our life's journey is to do something independently and to say, I did this and it's good enough because I did it and let's move on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm explaining myself so well.
So let me help you. So how many drafts, for example, you have for that video script you're doing?
The video scripts are take much quicker than like a song, for example.
Is it okay? So let's talk about first with the videos. Is it you feel it's intuitively, or it's something you've done 1,000 times and then it became almost intuitively?
Yeah, I'd say the second one. Like I've done it, like I'll write something off the top of my head. I'll write whatever feels good. I'll it's a page and a half. I sit down, I start writing, all my thoughts. I choose a subject or choose a perspective and I like start writing about it. And then I'll put it away for like 3 days at least, because you can't edit yourself without fresh eyes, like it's impossible. So you need to give yourself time. If I know that I'm going in to shoot something like in 2 weeks, I'll write something now so that I can return to it twice or 3 times over the next 2 weeks. And it's always helpful, because either you're correcting yourself in terms of the way you want to say something. Oh, I meant this, like, but it doesn't sound so clear, so I'm going to tighten it up like this. Or, and that's another thing, with me personally, I find that most of my comedy is in my delivery. I don't necessarily think that when I sit down to write, it's so freaking hilarious. It's the way I express myself that people really like, I think.
Yeah.
So you need to factor that in as well. I used to read scripts for Hadar video scripts, and I'd read them like when you're reading it to your partner casually, you're just like, oh, I've just picked up a manual that says operating the podcast room as an example to show him. But you read operating the podcast room, and you don't read it any fun way when you're just practicing. You're like, operating the podcast room, da 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 da.
Yeah.
So he used to give me shit. He'd be like, Rennie, this sounds awful. Like, what? Yeah. This isn't funny at all. What the fuck? And then I'd take that same material and do it on camera, and it was fucking hilarious.
And is it more comfortable for you to do it hilarious in front of him or in front of the camera?
I think the camera.
Yeah, which is funny, right?
Yes.
I'll tell you why I ask. Yesterday you saw me on stage. I feel very comfortable on stage. If I have to do the same deck in front of a friend of mine or my wife, I feel so embarrassed. But and it's so weird because it's more scary on stage. But on stage or even in front of the camera, because there's the digital world between us, or like I'm on the stage and there's this audience, a lot of people, but I don't know any one of them.
Right.
Like I know my wife, and I don't want to be embarrassed in front of my wife. And so I feel comfortable, like they can't really judge me, like my friend would. You know what I mean? So sometimes you're more comfortable, or with the camera or a blog post I'm writing, I'm like, hey, I'm not writing it and someone is reading it across my shoulder, which if someone does, I'm freaking out. I'm just, posting it on a blog and we'll see what happens. And then it's funny how it actually helps me produce more. And this is why I ask you if you're trying it on people before you do it, because I found that sometimes this is the intuitive thing to do, is to first ask your friends or someone who loves you to give you critique on what you've done. But actually, it's harder for your ego.
Yes.
And maybe sometimes
Yes.
it's just better to, just to post it to the world.
Actually, 100%. I learned that the hard way as well. There were so many videos that I did that I sent to Hadar first that he shat all over. And sometimes it would affect me and I wouldn't post them, and then I don't know how the audience would have taken it. But in the instances where I did choose to post it anyway, I got good feedback.
Yeah.
And a part of me thinks that maybe just my humor is like a little bit different than his, but also I think it has to do with, like, not to insult him, but when I read stuff to him or it's hard for him to necessarily see like the end result. Video is a really interesting thing because unless you show someone who is not a video person basically the finished product, it's very difficult for people who are not video people to see the finished product if they're seeing a half-finished product. They see like half an edited thing and they're like, this looks like shit. Where is this going? And you're like, a little savlanut, achi. Like, it's forming. It's taking shape. Jesus. Like, but yeah, it's hard. And even when it's completed, I think you're right that, like, our loved ones, they're too close to us to give really constructive feedback. Also, we're looking at them like they're experts. They're not fucking
they're
experts.
Not professionals.
They're just people who love us. Like,
what do they know?
What do they fucking know? No, they're really not experts though. And even experts, by the way, I would discourage you from constantly taking an expert's opinion on something, because guess what? They don't know who your audience is. Like, your audience could be totally different than this expert in question, Yeah. So it's all like, my audience is like women, mostly women with a very different sense of humor than my husband.
Yeah.
So
It should be more women.
Yeah.
Tell him.
God.
And then he can win Jack Black.
Yeah.
So wait, how many videos have you produced till today, you think?
I don't know.
In the hundreds? Thousands?
No, probably less. Probably 100, if that.
Okay, 100 if that. And so what do you do if a specific one is doing really bad?
Or maybe more. What am I saying? I've definitely produced more than 100.
No worries, no one is going to count. So
Okay.
but how, I just wanted to say to see it's more than 12. But so no, I'm kidding. How do you act if a video doesn't work? Like, because you are in this era of YouTube and Facebook, and like, it's for the good and the bad. You see the views, you see how many people finished watching the whole thing. And so how does it feel when it doesn't work?
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, we all suffer with this, eh? This is so hard. The social media stuff, the immediate feedback on how you did, and the number that's like a grade next to your fucking work. I used to take it really, 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 really hard. And I think the older I get, thank God, and the more time I am on Instagram and shit like that also, like, there are a few things I think to myself. Okay, number one, no offense to people, but I do not trust the masses. I don't believe that the masses have good taste. When I look at what the masses like, I'm like, I don't like that. That's not me. Like, so I try.
Like the prime minister?
Like, I don't know, a Kardashian or something.
Yeah.
Like like you, or yeah, fucking Trump. Look how many people voted for Trump. Like, people are dumb. No offense, listeners.
They're not dumb. That's fine.
They're not dumb. Yeah.
They're not on the buses. They listen to a podcast.
They're listening to Leo Frankel, exactly. No, they know what's up. But like, for the most part, like, I don't trust the masses. So remembering, and also, not everything that a creative person makes is gold. Not everything I've made is gold. It never would be. It's impossible to have a perfect streak of content. Even my favorite comedic content creators on Instagram come out with shit, because this is a quantity game. This isn't a quality game. And the way you get good quality is by playing the quantity thing. So, and by the way, I see how I react when my favorite people come out with bad videos. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I don't hold it against them.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that they came out with something. And I don't, and I still tune in because they already hooked me on their best stuff.
Right.
So I don't really, I haven't thought about that with me, actually. And when I say it out loud, I should apply that thinking to my own stuff more, because I am very forgiving of other people who are content creators. So, yeah, you're giving me something to think about. No, because it's still...
You want to have a minute?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Because it's still very hard for me. It is.
Yeah.
It's always a struggle, social
Yeah.
media.
And do you press on the refresh button, or should it be like a slide down, scroll down?
I've made a rule for myself. I post and I walk away. I do not.
But you walk away with your smartphone.
I mean, like, I really try to post and not look.
Okay, for how long?
For like an hour. And even if by the way, like, let's say I look and it's doing badly, I used to delete it. I used to delete.
So you don't have bad branding.
So, and also there's something about, I think, emotionally deleting it. It's like, it's never happened.
Yeah.
It never happened.
Yeah.
I feel fine.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to make a point of like not deleting it and just turning to the person that's with me in the room and enjoying them and getting it out of, and not caring anymore. Like, okay, like, I did this, it's done, it's out there. Who cares? There's so much freaking content floating around anyway. Nobody's going to see this and really remember, like, Rennie sucks now because of this one video. Like, no, nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
You're the person who cares most. Nobody really looks and cares. So I think, it's just about then turning your attention to real life in that moment and like enjoying where you are.
And so how do you react when it does work?
Oh, God, of course I don't even like outwardly celebrate it, but it definitely like inside feels so good. Like, you're just like, I'm good for today because I got, X amount of likes. Yay. I'm great. La la la. People still like me. Oh.
And which one of these two give you more motivation, would you say? Like, do you get amazing, like you did amazing and you're like, hey, I don't need to work any harder this week because I'm done? Or the other way around, and when you have bad work, you're like, maybe I should take a rest?
I won't lie. I don't really like social media, so both of them don't really necessarily positively encourage me to create more. Neither of them.
That's good. So what does?
But in both situations, I would say, like, when I do well, I'm like, all right, I can chill. And when I do bad, I'm like, oh, fuck this shit, I'm walking away forever. So,
so you're chilling half the time.
So, yeah, I actually used to produce content specifically for social media. I don't do that anymore. Now I focus on like other things, and then I post when I do stuff when I have it on social media. And for me, it's just better for me. I don't even want to be, when I think about what my goals are, I don't want to be someone who's famous for Instagram or YouTube or whatever. Yeah. Like, I would like to accomplish things that I love, that I enjoy. I really enjoy performing on stage. And then if social media follows, great. If it doesn't, I'm trying not to kill myself about it because, or suffer over it, because I don't think it's the end all be all. I really don't. I know that, these days, personal branding, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we're all people. And I think we all know the demons that come with social media. And I'm forgiving of people. And I'd like to think that people would be forgiving of me for maybe taking a break sometimes and not investing 100% of my life in it all the time. It is a very challenging, exhausting space.
It is.
It's hard. It's hard on the soul. And if you're like me, clearly, who I'm sensitive, I've taken it to heart.
What does it mean?
It means that when
it affected your mood?
Yeah. Like, it means that I went through a really long time of like posting and feeling awful about myself all the time. And I'm trying to distance.
Okay. And in real life, when you meet your fans or just someone who likes your work, how does it feel?
It feels so good. And it also feels, oh my God, it feels so good. I'll tell you what, when I first started getting like, quote unquote, famous, there was actually like a direct connection between me spending more time at home and the more quote unquote famous I got.
How does it make sense?
Like, I didn't want to go out because you feel like you're watched a little bit. Like, I started to feel like I was being watched. I started to feel like really exposed and vulnerable and insecure and whatever. And only recently am I like going out again and like talking to strangers again. Before anything hit, I was that crazy person meeting strangers all the time, dancing on tables, la 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 la, like not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
And now and after everything, when people know you, it's really like, oh shit, like you feel exposed and again, like you need to like watch your behavior or something. And only recently do I feel like I'm finally in this place of I can accept people's compliments and I feel great about myself and I say like, I am great. Yes, thank you. And like that took a while to get there, it's especially as a woman, man. I don't know if you get it, but like accepting compliments for a lot of us is so hard. And
I can't say anything because I'm not a woman, but I think I get it.
Maybe you did. Listen, I'm sorry to make it a gender thing.
No. It's totally fine and fair to do it, but I just can't speak because there's this woman Spivak who I once read. She's one of the more brilliant feminist I've read, and she said you should not talk for someone else. I mean, that's her theory,
right?
So you shouldn't talk about how does it feel to be black if you're not black, and how does it feel to be a woman if you're not a woman,
makes sense.
Yeah. And she's stuck in my head, so I'm just like, I can't say anything.
Well, I'll tell you, like, I don't know, a lot of women I speak to, it's hard to take compliments. For some reason, we were raised to be like, no, stop it. No, you're the best. No, it's you. Instead of being like, thank you. I like myself too.
Yeah.
It's
yeah. But it's also something that has to do with values you got in your family, probably. Like
yes.
Being a bit modest. I don't know how far you go there, but
totally.
So listen, Rennie, we ran out of time, and we have to wrap it up. Unfortunately,
you're so sweet.
So I have one last question.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mutual question, if that's how you should say it in English.
Yeah.
Being asked on all my podcast episodes, and I'm sure you never heard one of them, which is great for me. So it goes like this.
Yeah.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Ah, good. Which one? Like something you liked?
No, it's whatever happened last time, like half of it. I forget the dude.
In English?
No.
The Italian guy? No.
No.
The bass guy, musician?
Maybe.
Clown? A
I'll
monkey,
send it to you. The
a
one I
rabbit.
listened to. I'm
No,
like,
you shouldn't. Anyways, here's the question. So you're on a plane, and, well, I'll make it short. It's going to crash. And the captain says, hey, guys, sorry, but you have like 3 minutes, so say your praise or whatever, and we're going to crash into a huge stone in the middle of the ocean.
oh, Jesus.
And that's the end of your life. It's just the game, right? It's not going to happen.
I know,
Don't
but I
worry.
really see it.
That's good for me, for the question. And so the question is, you think to yourself, wow, I wish I had done, and what are you sorry that you didn't do yet?
I wish I had worried less.
Nice.
I wish I had
Worried less about what?
anything and everything, succeeding, self-growth, trying to improve all the time. You know, my friend said this beautiful thing to me today or yesterday. She said, it's okay to exist for a while,
Yeah.
to just spend a week existing and not trying to improve and what's the key to success and blah, blah, blah. We're all talking all the time about how to get somewhere. And instead of just like being here
Yeah.
and enjoying.
Yeah.
So I wish I had spent less time concerned with where I was going, what I was doing, what my value was, what's this, what other people think of me.
Yeah.
Just being and
Yeah.
being happy in that.
Yeah. Amazing. I must say that I think it gets better with
Age.
age.
I love that. And I do think the 20s is the worst frickin' time for, this is when
Yeah.
we're all like, but what does it all mean? And who am I? And what do I want to do? And what do I, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you answer the question?
Me, myself?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shoot. Not long ago, it was... Well, I'm not sure. I guess now it's gonna be... I wish I would be able to see my daughter growing up and what she becomes. But not just in the romantic way, but also because robots are coming and everything is going to be so much freaking different and she'll use zero skills from what I can teach her. And I'm so curious
To see like how she
yeah,
adapts.
like I was talking to someone and I was talking, not thinking or concentrating. I was like, da-da-da-da, and then Noor grows up, and then she marries a robot, and then da-da, and I continued, and I didn't even stop. Like only later on, I realized that I said, and then she'll marry a robot, which is like half a joke, but maybe my mind really believes that this could happen. And it's like, I'm just so curious what's going to happen, and I just hope to survive to see it
The
happening.
future is whack. It's gonna be whack. I have no predictions other than we all gonna die. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Ray Kurzweil says that we're not even gonna die. So what's going on?
Right.
I don't know. It's freaking. Anyways, thank you so much for your time.
I'm sorry we didn't speak in Hebrew at all. Oops.
זה בסדר.
Okay.
אנחנו יכולים עכשיו להגיד משהו בעברית, וככה הכל יהיה בסדר.
יופי.
רני, תודה רבה. רק שתדעי לך שבארץ אומרים רני, לא רני.
נכון.
אבל אני מקווה שאת בסדר עם זה.
שמעתי את זה כבר מלא.
שמעת את זה כבר מלא,
כן.
כן, אוקיי, את תשמעי את זה עוד הרבה. תודה רבה שבאת, היה מאוד מאוד כיף. תודה לכם, כמובן, זה פרק 131, או 2, או 3, או 4, או 5, או 6, או 129, אני לא זוכר, אבל זה לא חשוב. עד הפעם הבאה, תודה כרגיל לגוגל פור סטארט-אפס, שנתנו לנו את החדר פודקאסט המהמם שלהם, והם עוזרים לסטארט-אפים, והם נותנים להם כל מיני כלים וסרוויסס מדהימים, לעזור להם להיות סטארט-אפים יותר גדולים ויותר צמוחים, ושלא מחכים לרגע ועוצרים וחושבים how to exist, הם פשוט רק רוצים to grow and to grow and to grow. לסטארט-אפים שרוצים to stop and exist, הם לא עוזרים בגוגל. וזהו, אז תודה לכם גוגל, תודה למאזינים, וביי ביי.
אומייגוד, תודה רבה לך.
Do you even fuck with a nigga like me? Will you bump me in about 3 days? Really? IDC. Cause every time a nigga talk, they KC. The big up picture, fuck your filter. Me can't go run, but me can't repeat. No.